source on the island just made a critical discovery. The Constant has a poison chip embedded in his neck. A failsafe, in case he's compromised.
Damn it. We should have expected something like this. So, we subdue the Constant before he has time to react.
Not that simple. The device is remote triggered, and during his stay on the island, 2 kill switches have been entrusted to twin sisters Zoe and Sophia Washington, 2 young, ambitious Providence operatives and newly appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Apparently, even the Constant is unaware of this arrangement.
Right, change of plans. We divide and conquer. 47 takes out the Washingtons while I figure out a way to get the Constant off the island. It'll be tight, but once we're back at the ship, we should be able to surgically remove the chip before the partners have time to react. 47?
Tell me about the targets.
I know them from the archive. Zoe and Sophia's father is president of a powerful conservative think tank, one of Providence's prime assets. The apples don't fall far from the tree.
No saints either. According to ICA files, the twins are pampered socialites who get their kicks from treasure hunting. Commanding a band of trigger-happy mercenaries, Zoe and Sophia prowl the world in search for ancient relics. With little regard for local culture or even human life, they stop at nothing to claim their prize. Well, collateral damage they may be, but safe to say, they have it coming.
Hello and welcome to the Roulette Rivals World Championships 2021. 2021, God, I'm living in the past. 2022. I'm tired, man. We have a Group F game today between the TimeCube and Horsh. Horsh. We need buff guy here to my adjudicator. Have I said it correctly? This is gonna be a fun one, isn't it? Horsh. We are starting things off on Arlister Gale, picked by the TimeCube, who has played here once. Of course, is a rookie. Horsh never playing here. Has lost over, but from what I recall, was in this buff guy and was very unlucky with his rips and showed very promising signs on it. So it's definitely going to be a good map 1 here. And it gets even better with our builds and creeks on map 2, but fuck me. The spin will come through and it will be Zoe Washington fire as the burial robes. Sophia Washington silence shotgun as Blake Nathaniel. So let's talk about this. This is a easy-ish Sophia kill, given you have the knowledge to do that Sophia, the Blake Nathaniel properly. With the architect start, it is a quick kill. However, the Zoe kill, yeah, it's not the best of kills, is it? Horsh being our first to load in here. Starting architect with a Seeker micro audio device, pretty standard stuff really. Horsh loading in, we'll be going for a shotgun first, not opting for a Seeker just yet on Sophia. Won't opt for a Seeker on Sophia. Interesting decision. The TimeCube loading in just after here. What is Horsh gonna do with Sophia? I really hope Buffers actually told me the right way to say Horsh. I'm also looking like a right nerd. But Horsh will use the emetic gas grenade onto Blake. We'll get ripped because it will get seen throwing it. Of course, is suspicious. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, you are throwing a gas grenade at someone. It's pretty dodgy. TimeCube now a bit too far away from the curtain. We'll get Seeker off onto Sophia. It shouldn't need it for anything else, so it's not that bad. Doesn't have space for a trank and all that, so you know, the MOC cloud's going to be a little bit harder. Getting the burial robes, you could argue it would be harder, but, you know, with the chloroform flask being there, ain't the worst here. As the TimeCube will place down the micro audio device here, and we'll be luring Blake Nathaniel up. Good stuff here. Sophia also in the room here. Just have to wait here for Blake Nathaniel before he gets this kill. Horsh now trying to get an angle off with the Seeker onto Blake, but unfortunately can't catch him right at this moment. TimeCube though, nicely done. We'll be having Blake coming up the stairs here. Where is he? There he is. Coming up the stairs now. We'll have this kill down very shortly. Horsh letting Blake run a bit too far. We'll get caught by him throwing the gas grenade. The TimeCube with a knockout onto Blake. We'll swap it into his clothes. and we'll box him before getting the Sophia kill. Really good start here from Horsch himself. We'll unpack his shotgun and blast Sophia right in the back there. Really good start indeed. We'll also hide her just for a bit more safety here. Might even grab the elite guard here, perhaps for a way into the morgue in a non-trespassing disguise. And yeah, he will throw the briefcase here. So just suggest that he will be going for that. Of course, he can leave the elite guard in here. No one will come in here. Horsch finally getting Blake Nathaniel sick. So yeah, really good start for the TimeCube. Has one kill down, but you know, it is the easier kill. Although Simon Shotgun Sophia isn't usually exactly the easiest, is it? It's just overshadowed by the fact that Zoe Washington fires the Burial Robes is arguably the hardest kill on the map. It could, I mean, Knight's Armor is worse actually, because Knight's Armor you'd have to do it remote. But nevertheless, the TimeCube will be making his way down the morgue stairs here towards the Burial Robes. Of course, you have the Chloroform Flask, etc. Horsch finally getting a knockout onto Blake Nathaniel, and we'll be taking this close. He should make the clock timing, hopefully, if he's quick enough. I can't remember, I can't tell what bathroom he's at exactly, but we have to have a quick run up the stairs here to get up to the clock room here. The TimeCube doing quite a slower clear out. So I'm just itching my ear by turning on this fuse box here to distract one of the raiders. We'll knock him out. And I talked about the Chloroform Flask being in here. People heavily underuse it, and it will be a slow clear out here if he has to try and do something. Has a snail, however, to get around that. Look, the Chloroform's right there. It's a quicker snail. You drop it and it breaks immediately. It's a fantastic item. We'll run away here as two raiders. We'll get knocked out, and you can get a knockout onto the woman here. I call her the woman because I don't know what she is, who she is, what's her name, why is she there, where, like who, what, where, why, how the five, whatever how many devil W's there are. You talked about in English. TimeCube now does have the Burial Robes. We'll have to make his way across the MOC room now. It's gonna be interesting how he approaches this kill. Definitely is a harder kill. Horsch. We'll be talking to Sophia here. I don't really know what that achieves, but I'm sure it does something. Of course, I talked about the clock room being used shortly, but you will be taken to her little office here, it seems. You get a little meeting, don't you, with her? And that's what happens. So a nice bit of use of that. It is a mission story, right? I hope it is. From what I understand, it's a mission story. So yeah, TimeCube getting a peek onto this architect. Here we'll be making this just navigation towards Zoe ever so easier for himself here. As the TimeCube will talk once more to Sophia. Good stuff indeed. TimeCube not even opting to not even knock out the architect. We'll be doing that. Wonder if anyone does your Berry Rose grab. Well, if you're wondering, TimeCube turned off the fuse box, knocked out the one raider, then snailed off two of them before knocking out the woman. I did talk about the use of the Chloroform Flask. A quicker snail is basically what it is. But a good bit of awareness here. The TimeCube going into the basket here. Of course, these two Roman elite guards come around now. Horsch will get the kill off onto Sophia in her own office. There should be a box somewhere. Right? No. Yes, there is. Right in the corner here. Good stuff indeed. TimeCube approaching the MOC room here. It's going to be a very close, tight action here. I'm clearing this out. Yeah, smart move indeed. Has an SMG. Don't you dare. Oh, beautiful. I'm jealous. As a console player, I can only dream of doing that. Shooting only one bullet with the fucking SMG. That is beautiful. Pick up the propane here to knock out Mr. Finnegan. This is beautiful stuff from the TimeCube. It really is. This MOC clear out even really good stuff indeed. We'll swap into the MOC. He hasn't hidden the guard yet, but doesn't need to yet as well. This is a typical chapel clear out with the knockout to both the guards and the MOC. The placement of the coin. He has really good understanding in this regard of this clear out. Of course, Zoe and her guard will walk through. He will just bump Zoe a little bit, but no, he will opt to knock out the custodian now instead and box him beforehand. Won't opt to knock him out when Zoe comes through here. Horsh also now on the distraction routes trying to clear out this area. We got the drain your clip for one. Exactly, it's so high console, man. The way I have to shoot once is like shooting once and immediately flicking upwards to try and stop all the shots from going everywhere. It's fucking bollocks, bro. But yeah, Horsh will get a knockout onto one of the raiders here. Not satisfied with where he's being dragged, so we'll swap into his clothes. TimeCube, waiting for Zoe to come across here. Really good stuff indeed. Horsh now we get a corner subdue onto one of the guards. I have to be a bit careful here. Does get combat immediately from the other raider there. Was expected really. The restart now gives the TimeCube a huge lead here, as Zoe will be approaching for him now. Should hopefully have this kill set up shortly. We'll have to do a bit of dragging. Of course, the ARC members are around there. You know, everyone else he has to deal with. We'll get a knockout onto Zoe and her guard. So good stuff from TimeCube here. A bit more dragging to do, and this is getting close. It's going to be interesting stuff. Of course, the box is full, but shouldn't be a problem. No one should run into here after the Zoe kill, who will now drag towards the door. I'm sure we'll just we'll see him tuck her in. Of course, has to take care of these two guards and maybe the two ARC members as well. So still a lot to do, still a lot of work to do here for the TimeCube. Really lost time, not even time pressure for him here. We'll place a coin, hoping to distract one of these guards here, but he can't. Not what he would have wanted at all in this situation. We'll bump one to make him move, and will he move? Yeah, he will. Of course he will. Why wouldn't he? It's a coin. Who can resist one singular coin? If I see 1p on the floor, I'm running towards that shit, boy. But we'll get both these guards knocked out here, and we'll drag them into the MOC room. Won't even opt to hide them. Don't need to, really. Still has these two ARC members to take care of, which I'm sure we'll have to take care of next. And look at this in-game time. 8 minutes 20 seconds. I'm not much of an expert yet, but you don't want to be ripping at 8 minutes 20 seconds. Of course, has these two ARC members to deal with now. Will he coin lure them? It would make sense, right? We'll place down a coin for one of them to move across with. We'll just knock him out. It'll be interesting to see if he leaves them here or not, as he will get a knockout onto one. Does find the silent attack prompt, and we'll knock them both out. I'm sure we'll see him move them for a simpler fire kill, an easier fire kill. He'll move one of them at least, the one closer to the fire barrel. He will move towards and inside the MOC room, or the entrance to the MOC room. So yeah, it's really getting a bit interesting to close here. The Horsh does get rid of the alarms, the entire security system, as TimeCube will be moving the final ARC member here. Of course, we'll have to swap back into the burial robes disguise, but other than that, this is fantastic from TimeCube. Of course, we'll have the helicopter nearby as well. He's not using the Molotov or anything, it will be a silent kill. Onto Zoe, the constant won't be panicked at all. Just pray for him that he doesn't actually do the kill incorrectly. Does fall back into the burial robes disguise as well, so no risk of him doing the kill incorrectly here. Just a nice simple fire kill left. I say simple, but there's no one in his way here. Really good stuff here, really well managed from TimeCube here, dragging Zoe now, approaching 10 minutes in-game time. We've gone past the 10-minute RTA mark though, and yeah, he will be making his way back up the stairs here. Has an SMG to use as well, but won't opt to get the kill yet. Will swap back into the MOC disguise, also into the guard disguise. Is he just... He's buffering his disguise close to the door to make the exit even easier. I like this from TimeCube. He's playing it even more safe. If it weren't safe enough, he's playing it even more safe to swap back into the disguise right after this kill. Not needed really. The kill will be fine, not be heard or whatever. And he will find an angle onto the gasoline drum here. We'll get the kill off onto Zoe right away. Can swap into the elite guard now and run towards the exit. It will be TimeCube taking Segal, our first map. Horsh, unfortunately, just coming into the room now to greet Sophia. Not Didn't really move on to the Zoe Kill. Got spotted trying to grab the burial robes. Sky's clearing out the room. But TimeCube, 10 minutes 30 in-game time. Really well managed with that Zoe Kill. He approached that spin very well. And it will be him taking our first map to Gal. And Horsh's map pick will be next. It will be Wilton Creek. And we'll head to a short break before having Wilton Creek picked by Horsh.
Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master, a KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka. Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shadow Plant.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field.
So yeah, welcome back here. Of course, Wilton Creek will be our second map of our 3-map game here, picked by Horsh. Another map that he has not played in Real Rivals, neither has the TimeCube, of course. Expected really of being a rookie, but Horsh is a returning rival. Has played in the previous R or RRs, but he was before my time. Has the OG role on other servers, so has been around for quite a bit. Been around the block a couple times, you know. And hopefully he can take the win on this map. It will be interesting to see how our first tiebreaker of our RRWC will play out if we do have that occurrence. But of course, TimeCube can win this map, then have a chance of completing the sweep. Could definitely be interesting. But it was a great. I always talk about it as a channel. A a big painted, beautiful canvas, but white stripes down the side. That's what I describe this map as. That one channel. So lovely. But we rarely see the one anywhere else of the map. It's typically just Cassidy's house, the Wilson back garden, and Janus' house. We rarely see the map stretched out, and I like disguises that make the map stretch. Like the politician. Like the mailman. Like the nurse. Things that make the map more broad. You know, make it stretched and make it a lot easier. Not even easier, just makes it a little bit more challenging, gives us more variety. And Segal and Wilton Creek, the two maps here, are definitely maps where, in terms of the two target maps, I think we see the most variety in strats. In terms of, okay, we have a spin here, I have multiple ways to approach this. And that is shown through the player's approach. We saw in Segal the different approaches from both players. Start the same spot, but what they did from after that start was different. In terms of the kill into Sophia. Unfortunately, didn't see what Horsh did for the Zoe kill, but I would have been interested in the map record. I say it every time. One impressive record that is 405 by Joker. That guy is crap to the game, I can't lie. And Wilton Creek spin will be here, and it will be Janus Kitchen Knife as the bodyguard of Janus, and Cassidy Scissors as Gunther Mueller. An interesting spin here, of course. Janus, everything's handed to you. Kitchen knives of plenty in the Janus household, and Scissors in the top floor of the west property in the opposite room to the Archean Robes. Gunther will always get knocked out in every single spin, really, so shouldn't be an issue grabbing his disguise whatsoever. And Gardener or Garbageman definitely makes sense here for that quick Janus kill, possibly even grabbing the scissors while you beforehand and working your way up through the basement here. Definitely makes a lot of sense to do that. TimeCube loading in the Gardener. Didn't quite catch where Horse loaded in, but yeah, sorry. Will definitely be interesting. Also starting the server, so we're closer to Genesis' house here, so definitely going to be interesting as the TimeCube will be hopping the pipe here. And we'll be breaking through the front door. Bit rude, bit of whoosh, but it's all fine. We'll be just rushing these scissors first. TimeCube in the plan, knows what he's doing right off the bat. We'll climb down the pipe here and just will rush this Janus kill. I really like this approach from TimeCube, I really do. We'll hop around the garden, so it seems to be that we'll be getting Janus downstairs from this approach. Of course, does need a bodyguard disguise first, so we'll probably take the one from the basement here and work his way upwards. We'll now crowbar open the door, won't be heard. Might be investigated later, but if he knocks this guy out in this area, which he will do, in the further end away from the entrance to the basement, he should all be fine here. We'll collect the clue while he's down here as well. After swapping into the bodyguard disguise, we'll work his way upstairs now into the kitchen. Camera taken out as well. Really good start from TimeCube. Horsch also grabbing the scissors first. We're making his way into the Janus house. This time it's the server, so two different strats already. Janus on his way downstairs for both players now. TimeCube knocking out the one bodyguard in the kitchen here, grabbing the kitchen knife in the meantime as Janus will be coming down the stairs here. Horsch knocking out a lone Janus bodyguard upstairs. We'll have Janus coming down the stairs very shortly here. We'll use a hermetic gas grenade. He likes his item, doesn't he? Will get caught just so slightly. A really unfortunate rip there for Horsch. Gives TimeCube a really nice big lead here. Has the kitchen knife and the Janus bodyguard disguise as Janus and Gunther has made their way down the stairs here. We'll have plenty of time after this kill to go deal with the final clues and wait for Nolan, as he will now knock out Gunther, plunge the kitchen knife into the back of Janus's head. We'll drag him out the way of the stairs, out of the eye line, so completely safe for TimeCube here. Really good stuff here, swapping into Gunther's clothes. Has the scissors, has what he needs for this Cassidy kill, but I have to wait a couple of minutes before he has a viable option to do so. He might have a Seeker, however, to speed up the Cassidy kill, getting him into the bird bath, of course, but has plenty of time to deal with the final two clues, of course, them being the lawsuit documents and the cigar box, so he definitely has lots of time on his plate here. Horsch a bit lost in Janus's house, I would say. He's just in the main entrance, don't know what to do. Has a kitchen knife, just needs a bodyguard disguise now. Could have been waiting for the one guard to move past. That's what he has done. Wait for a guard here, of course. Camera as well will be a bit of an issue. We'll wait for them to move, and he will make his way back up the stairs here. The TimeCube now is in Batty's garden. Of course, in Gunther's disguise will break open the shed door. No, he won't. He will climb through the window. Might even knock out Cassie. No, not knock out Batty, but he won't. He will just go straight through the back window here, picking up the 3 lawsuit documents, and we'll pick up the shovel here for the cigar box, planting the frog's habitat. We'll see a swap into the bodyguard disguise for Horsch here. Really good stuff indeed. I feel like I'm not proving it is fantastic. So TimeCube now will get all 3 clues done. We'll just have to wait a little bit now for Cassidy to come round. Really good start, of course. Has the scissors, got them directly from the garden start, and he will knock out Batty just for the fun of it. Why not? We all love it. As Horsch now has Batty's Janus stick, even will get the kill off onto Batty. Of course, still needs Gunther's disguise, but he needs to actually find Gunther. He can't box Batty Janus in here, of course, so has to try and do something. We'll drag Janus's body, of course. Gunther is a enforcer of this disguise, but Gunther will just stand outside the bathroom door, being the prick that he is, and he will turn on the tap here to distract him. Good stuff indeed. Janus just out of his sight line, really there. No chance of that being found. He will grab his Seeker here. TimeCube will get a Seeker off on to Nolan, so he comes to this bird bath, speeding up the isolation of Nolan here. So he cuts out all this BS before he starts walking to his garage. Will land the Seeker dart, no problem whatsoever. Of course, has a crowbar to knock out Cassidy's garden. Of course, has the scissors which he got directly off spawning from the Wilson property. As Horsch does get a knockout onto Gunther here, will swap into his clothes. I don't think he has the scissors yet. That's the one difference from this run and this previous run. Didn't grab the scissors, but forgets to turn on the tap, so will be distracting the final guard up here. But fortunately for him, going around the way where nothing and no one will be found, as TimeCube has Cassidy approaching, we'll get a knockout onto Cassidy's guard, and this is why we probably saw a knockout onto Janus as well, to stop any bodies here being found, and this TimeCube will get the final kill done. Very nicely done indeed from the TimeCube. Very good stuff on our Wilton Creek spin here. 2 flawless runs from him so far. This has been a really impressive showing indeed on our map. Run towards the exit here. We'll be exiting. Horse really far behind, unfortunately, in terms of the clues and the progress on that Cassidy kill. Definitely will be TimeCube taking our second map here. Wow, what a performance it's been so far. Horse even going through the wrong door as well for the scissors, of course, is in the other room. We'll swap into the arcing robes as well, probably just for the clue. You get the date clue with that, but we'll be heading to Mendoza as our final map here. Both players never playing it. Likewise, Wilton Creek. We will head to a short break before having the best map in the trilogy. It's so good. I hate this map with a passion.
I found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, he's hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
See, welcome back here, of course. Mendoza will be our final map. Everyone knows my opinion on this map. I think it's the worst map in the trilogy. I really despise this map. I see Mendoza and my mood drops. It is such a boring crap map. It is unbelievable. So hopefully it gets made interesting from these players. Like, it won't, because I'm just stubborn. But I just hope we see something different other than a way to start with an isolation with the bubblegum onto Tamara, or just a knockout onto Tamara and the flower beds. And then we go knock out Don. Woo, it's such a fun and freaking shit map, bro. It's so boring. Same shit over and over again. It's not fun. Angry about this map. Hit maps key. If I knew this was the RNG map, I probably wouldn't have casted it. But I found out 2 minutes before the cast. So that's fantastic, innit? Preach for look, I'm talking facts here. I think Dartmoor's the best map in the trilogy, but yeah, it's all fun because I hate Mendoza. So it makes up for it. You know? I can say Dartmoor's good. Could be wrong. Up for opinion. Up for debate. But yeah, Mendoza, I think we can all as a community agree that it is the worst map to play roulette on. You could argue New York and Dartmoor, but what I say is New York and Dartmoor, they're quick in that, but they're actually fun to play. They're different, you know. There's another map in the roulette, yeah, where it actually matters so much if you rip once. You could argue with the short 2-time maps that it does, but you know, the short maps, you rip once, you know you've lost pretty much. And Mendoza is gonna be so fun. I can't wait for this really fun, entertaining spin, which will be Don Yates' silent sniper rifle as the lawyer, and this is Tamara Vidal. So this is just boring as fuck. You could argue a main spawn for a quick lawyer grab, starting in the car park. But like, it's just standard. The head of security, you have your methods. You can either secret him or leave a weapon, either or. The head of the silenced pistol, you get off the head of security or one of Bond's guards. Like, it's not exactly the hardest of Mendoza spins, is it? Last time, my mood has dropped. You saw me in Wilton Creek, I was on a roll. What a shame. Yeah, TimeCube will be our first load in here. Surprise, surprise. Starting as the waiter. We get a quick isolation off. I mean, it could be worse. It could be like waiter for Don and then mercenary for Tamara. Something silly like that. Pretty simple isolation in it. You just bump Tamara a little bit, then throw a bubblegum, bam, you got the target isolated. It's great. It's great, isn't it? Wow, what a map. TimeCube demonstrating it perfectly here. Is it heard by Tamara's bodyguard? No, it ain't, because she's investigating it. If people actually bother to try other strats, then there might actually be more fun for them just saying, yeah, well, I'm stubborn, so I won't try new strats. I will happily do on other maps, but if you tell me to learn a new strat Mendoza, I'll say no, because I'm stubborn. I'm sure it can be a good map. I like every map. People like Mumbai, like we see Teenager love Mumbai and blah blah. I find Mumbai boring as shit. And it can be good, I know Mumbai can be good with the variation and that, but I do like it from Horsh, starting in the car park. The lockdown onto Don will be heard. Pretty beneficial for him, you do get a quicker knockout onto the mercenary. So it might actually be beneficial to him in that regard. As he will get a corner subdue off onto the mercenary here. Gets him on the SMG, so we'll have to knock out the other one here, but not that bad. Can make his way directly down to the head of security after this. Of course, silenced pistols are plenty on this map. Yeah, preach that buff. And yeah, he will be making his way down now. We'll probably go to the head of security next, I'd imagine. Grab him. Of course, he doesn't actually move. I don't think you don't trigger his conversation with Corvo. So I don't actually know where he goes after that conversation, but he probably goes somewhere. And it would make sense if you go with the law. I don't know. Because you'd exit car here. The car in the sports car in the Villa grounds. Not the new exit. The new exit sucks. We wanted a new exit and they gave us a boring one. The car park exit would have been so much better, I can't lie. But yeah, it just gives me another reason to shit on Mendoza, doesn't it? And the no exit actually is useless in some regards in roulettes. Great, and the TimeCube will be going for the lawyer first here. It does make sense, I think. Like I've learned something new. That is a great way to distract the lawyer. So actually, that makes my Mendoza experience a little more enjoyable. We'll get a trank off onto him as well. That is a beautiful grab from TimeCube. The shot with the pistol in the air so he actually hears the gunshot itself. That's an amazing grab there from TimeCube. Horsh at the steel tanks has his sniper rifle. Lots of whoosh from a Gaucho here. Might have worked in his favour as he can just vault over here and make his way out. Good stuff indeed. Good shit. There's a TimeCube now. Is he going to leave a weapon or what for the head of security? Will come past him here. We'll leave a briefcase for the head of security. Of course, he will just go outside and round here and deliver it in that regard. And if he goes back, he has other things to use, doesn't he? Dose has messed up the kills. No, TimeCube. No. No. Check. Oh, the wrong kill for the TimeCube. Killing Tamara as the lawyer. Unfortunately, a mix-up there, and he might have realised, and yeah, we do see a restart come through. Really, really sad stuff for the TimeCube there. A nice big lead here, though, for Horsh approaching the villa as the lawyer in the lavender beds, but no real way through yet. So I'm going to have to do a bit of work here. That would have been a very nice clean run, but unfortunately, as soon as I saw him go up the stairs, I was like, oh no, he's gonna do the kill wrong, and unfortunately he did there, but you know, realised it straight away, didn't waste much time restarting. As Horsh will make his way through the into the villa grounds here. Good stuff indeed. Where is Don? Is he outside? Yeah, he is. He's outside rambling. I don't know what he rambles about. I'll never get him here. Of course, we see it so often. Getting Don right away. Does he come into the lawyer room like the 6-minute mark, doesn't he? So he can isolate him in here if he wanted to. Which we probably will see be done. He caught it himself, didn't he? Have a chance of being with good awareness. Yeah. You have that sometimes. You go, oh yeah. And it happens to everyone. I had a Melsham fallen object kill yesterday. And I swapped into the Thug, of course, to make out the knocking out the elite guard, just a little bit easier on myself. And I just killed the Melsham in the Thug disguise. I didn't even bother swapping back into the Dancer, the body with Creven. It just happens, you know. The awareness. And the worst part is, yeah, it happens before. The exact same thing happened to me before, and it just happens. It's very easy in roulette, especially in a third map, just to turn off and just have that little blip, you know. But Horsh will have Don approaching now, will get a bit of whoosh, but he can make his way through here. We'll get a distraction off onto Dom, but both his guards are also coming through. Valentina coming through the other door is in a bit of a sticky situation. We'll have to try and make his way around the table here. Valentina does pass, and so does one of the mercenaries, but only as far as the door. So Horsh have his work out here. Could get a KO onto the guard here, but it will be frontal and will be heard by Valentina at the moment, so after you have a bit of patience, but he will just do a throw with the crowbar to make the mercenary stand up here to make his way to Yates very shortly. TimeCube will get a knockout onto the mercenary here before throwing the snail at the other one. Good stuff indeed. You could say he wastes a trank, but he doesn't need a trank for anything else, so it's all good indeed. Don is found trespassing. Horsh even is found trespassing by Don. Door is open, I think, but it doesn't matter. Just get the kill. Horsh, get the kill. No, it's investigated. The door's still open. Body found. Don. Will be a restart for Horsh. The realization will kick through now. Where is he? He's invisible. There he is. Shot in the back. Still has red guns from the mercenary. Unfortunate stuff there for Horsh. A restart. So yeah, restart for so I've lost. My eyes have gone into the back of my head and I'm lost. Horsh and TimeCube both working on the lawyer grab here. I'll say it again. This is beautiful from TimeCube. It's probably been known, but I've never seen anyone do this. It's a great grab. It's just a lot more reliable and quicker. We'll have to get a knockout here and dump him, but of course the 4 mercenaries in that little lorry thing there, he's all fine just to dump him here. No eyes around and can swap into his clothes. Really good stuff from the TimeCube here. I really like this approach indeed. We'll probably go and grab the head of security next. I would imagine do what he did last time, but actually knock out the head of security before getting the Tamara kill. Like, I don't want him doing the wrong kill again. He wouldn't, would he? He wouldn't, would he? You wouldn't do it. You couldn't do it twice. I don't want to say anything just yet. But once you do something once, you don't do it again, do you? You're always thinking about it. You think, oh, don't do it again. You approach that moment, you think, don't do it again. Don't do it. You stupid cunt. Don't do it. You know what I mean? It's all fine. And you will wait for the head of security. You won't even pick up the briefcase. Wow. What a rude person. The head of security built different, bro. Yeah, he eventually does see it. As soon as the TimeCube approaches, that's when that's the most Hitman thing I've ever seen, isn't it? All good, however, for the TimeCube. It will be making his way up to Don first, I think. No, yes, no, yes, maybe, perhaps. We'll get a subdue over the rain onto the white. I don't know why he's doing this, but he is. I respect it. 25 XP, of course, for the sign thing. And it's found swapping into his disguise. If he would have stayed crouched, it would have all been good. But unfortunately for him, did stand up in the disguise animation. So soon there would be a restart for the TimeCube there. Really another unfortunate restart for him on Mendoza. Flawless up to this point. I'm sure he is annoyed with himself here. Yeah, really, really unlucky stuff from TimeCube. Mate, if you can do something with the new car exit, I'll be amazed. Like, the only time I can see the new car exit being done is like a loud explosive kills a tango or something, where you're doing a final kill, a kill and exit, as a horse will rip once more in this flowerbed area. Like, if you can use that, I respect, especially in this spin as well, because it seems so straightforward, the spin. If you can open my eyes to Mendoza, I'll be appreciative of that. Because like, you can mock this map all you want, but if you're good at Mendoza, yeah, and everyone else hates it, mate, you're balling on this map. It's almost a free win for you. Like Chrome, he wins so many Mendozas, yeah, because everyone hates it. No one bothers to practice it. He knows his map like the back of his hand. It's easy for him. That's why Chrome has so much success. Likewise with me and Dartmoor. I like Dartmoor because everyone else hates it. So if you win it and you're good at it, you have such a big advantage. You know what I mean? These little maps everyone hates. It's good to be good at them. So yeah, TimeCube once more does get a knockout onto Don and Co. Has a silenced pistol, of course, from the mercenaries. We do see Horsch as well. You know, doesn't actually bring the silenced sniper. Does use the free one given to you. Has a quite nifty way to get into this flowerbed areas, or the lavender garden, where the fuck this area is called. I just call it the steel tanks. Even though the steel tanks, it's just a little area, you know, the gauchos, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it the purple beds. All the lavender is beautiful and purple. Make his way up the wooden pallets here. It amazes me what 47 can and can't climb up sometimes. I can't lie. But at the TimeCube, we're approaching the lawyer once more for the third time. But we're doing this beautiful grab. It is something else, isn't it? I keep reiterating this. This is beautiful. It's such a lovely grab. Yeah, God knows it's sick. It is a bit slower engine, like we don't usually see it often, because like when do we see this? But I can see that definitely being used for like contracts and that. This horse does get the sniper once more. Lots of whoosh from the gaucho here. Does gets down just in time. Whoosh. Lots of whoosh there, and does escape nice and sound, snug. As he will escape here, will make his way through the flower beds once more towards the villa. It's interesting last time. We saw him leave the flower beds and try and go through the first point. So we just skip that entire phase and just stay through in the flower beds, of course. You can seal them most of this part. So it's all good here, really. The TimeCube once more. Throwing the briefcase for the head of security to find here. It's interesting here. Like, what would be more beneficial? Getting what kill first? You would say don't kill first, so you can get the head of security and get an easier exit. But then if you get the lawyer kill last, the dom kill last, the exit's right there. You know? It's all good. I appreciate your horse continually grab. I respect that. I have emotional attachment to my red toolbox, my Arctic toolbox. I need it all the time. But while the TimeCube waits for the head of security to come round, he will knock out the guy thrown up here, just so it's all safe, of course. This is lovely stuff from TimeCube. Playing the patient game here. It's definitely the sensible decision, as we are now halfway through in our spin. Look at that. The transition from the blue to the yellow is beautiful. As well, that was close to my liking. Could have potentially been an unconscious witness. That is all good there. The TimeCube will swap into Head of Security's clothes and make his way up briefly to Tamala for that kill. Of course, it'll be his second time getting the kill. This time, he's in the right disguise. Does get the right flower bed. We'll get the shot off. We'll come through and even crouch to make it safer. Does find the head. Does get the kill. Just needs that Don kill left. Of course, the car exit will be right there. So hopefully, we'll be all good to escape very shortly. We'll swap back into the Lloyd disguise now. Of course, has a sniper rifle stashed in the attic, so it won't be much of a detour for him here. Horsch making his way into the villa through all the trespass and all the fucking frisks. Makes his way through. Nevertheless, now it's going to be really interesting for how TimeCube gets in here. He will be going downstairs here, round through the shrine area, it seems. Has a gold brick, probably for the Roman mercenaries that you face around this area. Of course, we'll be going past the wetsuit entrance right here. This is beautiful stuff. Nice way to approach this area, of course, from the TimeCube, making his way up into the villa here. Can just YOLO it, man. Just crouch if you have to. Crouch and crouch and crouch. Teabag the floor, bro. But yeah, Horsch now in this area waiting for Don to come. We'll place down the lawsuit documents as Don now fittingly comes through here. Is this how you do the pen kill? Because I've never actually managed to do the pen kill. No, this is actually how you do it. Do you have to be here with Don? Do you have to go through all the frisk points? I could have some free XP. I'll load onto Hitman Office and get the challenge pop up. But yes, TimeCube does have the Lawyer disguise up in the villa by Don. We'll just shoot the hatch here for the attic ladder. Very good stuff indeed. Of course, we're taking a sniper rifle while here. It is silenced, so you can't use the free one up in here, but it doesn't matter. Mendoza ain't really a loadout heavy map in that regard. Dude does have your way around it. Can get this kill down right away. Has his mercenaries to swap into as well. Has his way to swap into if he wanted to. We'll get the kill off onto Don. We'll swap into the way to the skies. Does he have the car keys? No, we'll opt to swap into the lawyer once more. I don't think that's what he intended to do, but yeah, we'll swap eventually into the mercenary disguise. We'll grab the car keys here. The exit, the 12-second timer would have surpassed itself. The exits are open. The TimeCube going to the exit. It will be a GG's on Mendoza. The TimeCube completing the sweep. Horsch finally does get the Don kill right after the TimeCube escapes, taking 6 points from this game. Do you know what? If I had to put my money on a rookie winning RRWC, it would be TimeCube. It would be TimeCube or Rustle. One of the two. They have played so impressively this RR. It is fantastic to watch. Like the TimeCube nearly beating Buff. You know, it's not just luck. You know, Rustle beating Pidgey, it's not luck. The rookies are putting on a good performance, and we'll see what this does to Group F. Horsch finally getting a kill on Samara, of course, will be a mission failed. And yeah, we'll look at how the Group F lines. Well, I hope I said Horsch correctly for you, Buff. I hope I did. The Buff guy will still be top. Is that updated? Has Gunfer updated it? Continue to the first. Well, we just had our first tiebreaker. I've already said that line, Sparkles. Is it the first Colorado tiebreaker after two maps that weren't Wilson Creek and Sagao? Is that what it was, Sparkles? Let me just refresh this once more, just in case. I don't know how many games they've played, respectively. And there we go. The Buff guy is on 18 points. TimeCube on 14. If it does update, the TimeCube, of course, will be on 20. And will surpass the Buff guy. Look at this, man. Such an impressive performance. I like Hitman on 10 points after his 2 games. So another one who could go top, of course. Buff guy and TimeCube would have played 4 games each. You send the result. I'll update one more time just in case I'm stupid. Let's do it one more time. Hit me. And no, it is actually TimeCube only playing. I thought he played one more. I don't know why I had, but no. I like Hitman though. Has a chance to go in the top if he does get a sweep onto his next game. Some random person and Crudy both on 6 points, but Crudy has played 4 more games than SRP, seeming to beat him out really. Horsch 0 points after his 2 games. Red Fox 0 points after his 1 game, but Alex Mr. 1 and 2 0 points, but hasn't played yet. And we'll look at our kind of matches really quickly. I know there is other games on at the moment. Frost versus Jotes on barbecue at the moment. I'm assuming Mando's game's already ended, but 2 games at 22 CEST. A story versus Blunts over at Nezuko-chan. You're saying horse. Oh, for fuck's sake. How could I? It's worth 2 Jess slams, that is. And Teenager versus That Observer. Surprise, surprise, Mumbai, New York. Who could have guessed? I'll be casting that one. 22:30 CEST barbecue will be casting Joe the Baby Grabber versus Pack, followed by Ebla Muddy versus Rommel at 1 AM. With another game at 1 AM will be Barb 3 AM. Tomorrow morning, Central European Standard Time, Plant Speaker versus T-Naught. Good games coming up. Thank you everyone for coming out today. Very well played. Indeed. From both players. It was eventually the TimeCube coming out on top. Barbecue with 68 viewers. He's nabbing all my views, man. That's the benefit when you can put 37 in your title, ain't it? God, I need to get a co-cast that, man. This guy. Well, we will start the raid now. We'll be heading over to barbecue. And yeah, he picked the right games to cast, didn't he? But yeah, it's all good. Thank you everyone for coming out. There'll be more Real Rivals World Championship action in just under 12 minutes. I need to set up for that and go live again very shortly. Bye bye.